Hey guys, it's me, your boy, Matthew Van Diemender. I don't know why I like saying that. I just do. Anyway, I had a couple questions lately about what ever happened to Duet. Um, so really, the short story is I didn't cancel it, but I'm not working on it anymore. I'm working on a game called Taiji, uh, which I will show you very briefly. So Taiji, you can find it at taiji-game.com. It's a puzzle game. It focuses around these kind of panel puzzles where you have to toggle different tiles on and off based on things in the environment or things on the panel or whatever. But covering what happened to Duet, really, I kind of have to go in three parts. So the early version of Duet was this prototype version. And the prototype of Duet was made in Game Maker. And I essentially made this whole prototype in 3 or 4 months, maybe. And it's fairly gameplay complete. You can play through the entirety of the game, all like 5 worlds, I think it was. But it's pretty bare bones from an art perspective. It's just kind of prototype art. It's locked at 30 frames a second, which may not be visible on the video, but it's not that great. And I wanted to do some nicer things with the art. So I decided to do my own engine from scratch. Mistake number 1. And that took a whole nother like 2 years. You see I've got like vector collision slopes here and stuff, and I've got like box collisions that work and all that. So I got some amount of this done, but I didn't really know what I was doing as far as writing my own engine, and so the code was a mess, and it was very hard to add new stuff to it, and I kind of just ran into a brick wall there. So I put that down. Also, I was working with an artist, and the artist had to move on to another job, so that's fine. There was no personal issues there. It was just how it had to be. So that gave me some time to think, and I spent maybe a year not working on Duet at all. And then I decided I should try to learn Unity. And so I started learning Unity, and I started to think, okay, maybe I should port Duet to Unity. So I got like the basic character controls implemented, and those are pretty much identical to the other version. But then I realized I didn't know Unity very well, and I probably actually needed to spend more time with Unity. So I thought I would do a different project, right? And that project is what turned into Taiji. So I'm still working on that. That's sort of the long history of what happened. Now, interesting things I will say is the prototype version of Duet I actually did release on my Patreon, which you can get to at patreon.com/nv. It's a little bit of a pain to actually find this page right now. I'm going to try to make that easier to find for backers, but you can find it down at the bottom here. I might make it its own category just to make it a little bit easier to find, but you can just download that prototype. So that's the most playable version of the game still. I also, although I don't have the link on hand for it, I put out the source code to the C++ engine on my GitHub. I guess I could try to find that, but I don't want to have to cut the video, so. And the Unity version, I actually may still do at some point, but I want to set the expectations appropriately. Duet's not a very long game. It only takes about an hour to get through. The only reason it's taken me as long as it has to put it out is because of a series of errors and some other personal things that happened that I don't really think it's necessary to get into, but suffice to say, it went into development hell. It's not that it's a huge game or that it should have taken that long. I should have got it done within a year. I just made some bad decisions. I probably should have kept it on Game Maker, but I do think if I do it now, since I do have some of the basic movement code ported over to the Unity version, I would probably just do it in Unity with pixel art, and that would be that. But anyway, I think that pretty much covers everything that anybody would have wanted to know about Duet. So I will just cut this off here and upload that, and I think this will stand as a reasonable thing for that. Once again, I want to remind you, if you back on Patreon at $5, you actually can play the prototype version of Duet. I don't want to make promises about Duet coming out because I'm not actively working on it. I would rather people focus on Taiji, so because that's the thing that I'm working on. Anyway, so thanks for watching. Hopefully that's been informative and explanatory, and now you know what's going on. And I will see you all around on the internet. Thank you, and goodbye.